Alright, welcome back. Hope everyone's having a lovely day, a lovely night, wherever you're from. And real quick, before we get started, I want to give a lovely shout out to the channel members on this channel. So thank you so much to these lovely commanders here that you see on screen. Thank you guys so much for choosing to support me even further. Your guys' generosity and gratitude means a lot to me, so thank you guys so much. And if you're actually interested in becoming a lovely commander yourself, if you're interested in any of these cute little emotes, the loyalty crown badges, if you are interested in supporting me even further, I do deeply appreciate it, so thank you if you choose to do so. That being said, as always, just watching the content is the best way that you can support me. Liking, subscribing, commenting, everything helps, and I try responding to everybody. I have fun talking to all of you, so thank you guys so much for the constant support. You guys really are the best. And for today's video was kind of on the back burner for a little bit. I planned to do it about 3 weeks ago, honestly, when we first got the announcement, but then I got distracted by everything with this event. I've been having a lot of fun with it. But before the event ends, I really wanted to talk about this because I really do feel like it's going to set a good precedent for the future, and that's involving the Dave the Diver collab. Now, the Dave the Diver collab kind of came out of left field, right? A lot of people didn't expect it, and I remember at the time a lot of people felt a little bit baited because they said that they had a collab announcement coming up, which was, you know, the Dave the Diver minigame, and then they announced that there is another collab coming up in the future, and we don't know about that. You know, the possible IPO roadmap says maybe August, but that's all just, you know, speculation, right? But when it comes to the actual minigame itself, I really wanted to talk about it because I feel like this could be really big for, you know, a lot of the players as well as Shift Up in terms of, you know, business, revenue. I feel like it's a win-win, honestly, because I know it's kind of difficult for a lot of, you know, game companies to want to, you know, I know there's a lot of good, you know, collabs that can happen, especially for Nikke. But I know there's some companies who feel a little bit, you know, maybe questionable with wanting to collab with Nikke, which is, you know, understandable, especially for, you know, brand protection or whatever. But I feel like this type of collab is really, really smart because Nikke is really well known right now, at least in terms of like the quality of the mini games that they release. Sets a huge precedent for them, and it makes them kind of different from a lot of other gacha games. And it makes it feel like there's so many other games in Nikke itself. And I think that's really, really cool. And I know a lot of people had some question marks when this came out, but I think it was honestly awesome. The small story with Gatekeeper, you know, Helm, Mast, and Anchor to try to, you know, make it work, I thought it was good enough. And for a small little, you know, set piece story for this minigame, I thought it was really great. Not only that, but I think the actual style itself of the art is really well done. It looks almost exactly like Dave the Diver. I mean, from the way that it plays to like Bancho's sushi restaurant bar, like it all looks great. And even I remember seeing that Nexon where it was talking about like working with them and, you know, they were questioning it, but it all turned out great. Seeing how Mass looks with this like Dave the Diver collab outfit looks great. I think that's fun, and I feel like this is a good way of trying to provide some fan service to the players as well as, you know, actually giving fan service to the actual game, which is really awesome. That being said though, the fact that this whole game even happened is crazy because now we can talk about some weird collabs that can happen now with Nikke to make some fun mini games. Because before it's like, okay, well, the normal collabs with Chainsaw Man, ReZero, and Nier, it's always 2 SSRs, a free SR, and then it's like, you know, outfits, cosmetics, maybe a free skin. That's been like the typical norm with Nikke, but now because of this Dave the Diver collab, now we can talk about an insane mini game with like a free skin and now probably a paid skin that's themed after the collab, which I think is really, really cool because it kind of makes them have more of an opportunity to collab with other IPs that wouldn't, you know, really mesh well with Nikke. But to be able to make a full-blown minigame out of it is kind of insane. And I would love to see arcade style cabinet based like bigger mini games like they did with Dave the Diver with like maybe like old school Street Fighter or like Mortal Kombat, and like they could try to do like insane things with that. And I think that's really, really cool. But that being said, I want to, you know, ask you guys, what do you guys want to see if this is going to start setting a precedent for Shift Up to start doing these collab mini games? What are some kind of brand mini games that you want to see Nikke/Shift Up try to do? Because I think they can do some really cool things, especially with how they ended up doing MOG, the Bunny event, and now this. I think they really know what they're doing when it comes to making these little mini games. And I really do hope we get a mini game archive at some point. I don't know if it's going to even be possible with collab games, but I really don't want to lose Aegis the Diver, because Aegis the Diver is so fun just as like a chill side piece game. I hope we can somehow keep it like MOG, but I know we probably won't because of brand issues, which I completely understand, but damn, they know what they're doing with it, and I think it's really fun. But I know there are some problems some people have with Aegis the Diver that I completely understand. I know one of the bigger problems that some people had with the summer event was all the cosmetics. I know it could be a little bit egregious, but I can't really agree with that just because I purchased them myself. I know everybody has a certain stance with things, but me personally, I buy the cosmetics because I enjoy them. That being said, the one thing I did want to note that I kind of felt left like a bad taste for me was in Aegis the Diver, the way that they advertised the masked outfit was pretty egregious in my opinion, just a little bit. It was just like really well like defined, and it was kind of huge, and it kind of rubbed me the wrong way like a mobile game advertisement would. Because when we look at the way that Guilty or Maiden look from like, you know, the way that they advertise their skins, it's just there on the top right, it's kind of small. And I would understand the same thing for the Masked Pass, but the way that the Masked Pass was advertised, it's like this huge like logo with her face on it, and it's like the Masked Pass or whatever. And then like you can see all the different things that you can purchase and stuff, and it's like, I understand that, you know, this is a game they're trying to advertise and try to have a, you know, fun collab outfit, I understand, but it looked way too big. And I will say though, one thing I'll give them credit for that I think is really impressive is that they actually managed to get this game for mobile. And I think a lot of people aren't really talking about that, but there is no Dave the Diver game that's on mobile, but Aegis the Diver is pretty much like Dave the Diver. So the fact that they managed to hit that for mobile, I think is really, really cool, and it plays really, really good. I think it played way better than the fishing minigame that we got. Like, I like the fishing minigame, but it was so horrible playing on mobile that I just waited till I got access to a better computer to play it, because it was so awful. Like, I tried so hard, and I'm just not good at the mobile one. But Aegis the Diver, like both on PC and mobile, it's really well made, and it controls good on both sides, which I think is a plus. That being said though, it does start reminding me that the only way that you can play Aegis the Diver is horizontal mode and not vertical. And I think that's kind of crazy, because I remember, like, you know, they always advertise this like whole quote unquote like one-handed mode Nikke game, but now with these huge summer maps, these huge game modes, it's like now you're starting to have to play at least landscape, and I think that's kind of crazy. But honestly, let me know what you guys think about Aegis the Diver. Did you guys enjoy it? Did you not? What's your guys' favorite minigame so far? Let me know. But that's going to be it for me. So I hope you guys have a lovely day, a lovely night wherever you're from. And as always, thank you guys for the support. You guys are the best.